Coach, last game, Rob, 23 points, 8 assists. Can you just talk about Rob's development as a player and as a leader for this game? He's always been a scorer, but
Yeah.
he does so much more.
Well, he's become more efficient. One of the things that Rob has learned is the difference in a good shot, an average shot, and then a bad shot. When you're a really, really good offensive player, you think any shot's a good shot. But he had to learn that there's four other guys out there and how to get them involved. And I think that's the good thing was his 8 assists. But Rob's still evolving. He's I think he's still getting better. We've got to remind Rob that this is not football, where there's one end of the floor. As his football, I could run. As soon as the ball went from defense to offense, I could run him out there and then play offense. Then as soon as it went to defense, take him out, put somebody else in. But at some point, he's got to become a better two-way player.
What are your thoughts on the matchup versus Arkansas?
Yeah, we played Arkansas last year, and they basically had the same guys. I think we led this game in the second half last year at Arkansas. The thing that's jumped out to me is how much better their guards are. Barford is a monster. Obviously, I've coached a lot of great guards and seen a lot of great guards. But this kid is borderline special. He's about 6'3", 210 pounds. To say he's a point guard is not accurate. To say he's a two guard is not accurate. He is just a really good guard. He can play either one. Outstanding playmaker. And Mike's always done a great job with depth. I think he does as good a job as anybody utilizing 9 or 10 guys. But Barford, Macon, and Beard. I thought the three guards from Wake Forest were pretty good. Watching them beat Illinois the other night, you knew that they were three talented guards. Crawford kid's, wind up being a 1,500 point scorer in the ACC. But this Barford kid, Barford and Macon and Beard, obviously is the best backcourt that we will have seen, and it will be as good as any backcourt we'll see all year.
What are any keys to Arkansas?
Yeah, with them, it's going to be a pace game because they're going to run it at us and we're going to run it at them. So transition defense, obviously. And then we got to be really good at counterpunching. They're going to score, and we're going to score. But we've got to be able to make them play in the half court as much as we can. Because if it's a up and down game, then that's where Arkansas is really at their best. Got to get back, got to rebound. Anytime you're trying to control tempo, not tempo, but try to control them in transition, winning the backboards is really important.
How's practice been since the game Wednesday?
Well, yesterday was the only time we practiced, and Rob played 38 minutes. I didn't utilize him that much in practice yesterday, but we always have great practices. I'm always going to give you the same answer because I demand great practices. So our practice is always going to be the same.
Is the team where you want it to be right now, or do you have?
I've never heard that question before. Is it where it's supposed to be? Where's it supposed to be?
Well, that's for you to answer.
I have no idea. I know that for instance, next year, we're going to have 9 guys back next year. So when we go through June, July, August, September, October, we have 9 guys know exactly what we're doing. This year we got 8 new guys. So your question is really a good question because it's, we're just kind of, every game's kind of uncharted territory for us. I don't think the starting lineup that we've been starting is going to wind up being our starting lineup. And you say, well, who will be our starting lineup? When you play a lot of guys, you have depth. I think the starting lineup becomes a little bit anticlimactic or irrelevant. We'll just have to wait and see. I may decide that it's best to bring Wes off the bench. May decide it's best to play Fabian Moore at the 5. That's the grind you go through when you got 8 new guys. Who fits where? You're playing games. We could easily be what's our record? 5-1. We could easily be 6-0, easily. But we also could be 3-3. That was a good win against Wake Forest. Anytime you win a road get a road win at Liberty is a good win, but we could have lost both of those games. Could have lost New Orleans. You know, we're still trying to figure some things out. So we're going through some turbulent times, but there's some stable air in front of us. You know, we just got to get there. But you've got to go through this turbulence first. I mean, we've got birds flying in the propeller, and you know, we've got windstorms whipping around us. But you know, most important thing for a coach is to land the plane. You know, right now we're fighting some turbulence, but we fought the turbulence before. We'll get to some stable air here in a minute.
Last year, Coach, Arkansas was the game that that Devin went out with kind of the freak injury and everything. How nice is it to have him back? I mean, obviously this year full strength and basically everything he's doing.
Yeah, but also depth. You know, when you play Arkansas, because they play such a fast pace, you got to have fresh bodies. And they're going to play 10 guys, and they do a great job of utilizing their depth. You know, Devin needs to score. We need to depend on Devin to be a little bit more consistent scorer. Obviously, he's got to get better at the free throw line, but he knows that. You know, other than his attempts the other night, we're 18 for 20. So, but we're going to be an up and down free throw shooting team because we've got up and down free throw shooters. You know, we're not going to make them Rick Mount or Larry Bird all of a sudden. But we'll have games where we shoot them well. We just hope that it doesn't cost us a game. But we work at those free throws really hard. But having Devin back is important because he's really the only 4 on our team. You know, Fabian's probably more of a 5. That's why he gets driven by so much on the perimeter. He guards the 5 better than he guards the 4. But that's why getting to be a better zone team is important for us.
What about the fans coming to the game to see Arkansas and UH?
Yeah, you know, I've always obviously that's important here. You know, I'm you know, by not coming to see us play, it's obvious they want to come see who we play. So maybe they'll come see Arkansas.
Anything else? Coach, thank you very much for your time.
Appreciate it.